Hello, and welcome back to the Macro Gamer channel. My name is Mark Hassingham. Today we're going into our Sword Portfolio weekly numbers. This is for week 21, as of today, December 6th, 2025. It's a Saturday. So let's get into our numbers. So this is our Weapons of Finance, or Sword strategy. This is our ancillary portfolio. This is an offensive strategy focused on long-term and high growth potential, aggressive volatility and risk, focused sector investments, targeted stock opportunities, and streamlined management. And at the end of December, we will do another quarterly rebalance. So we do a rebalance 4 times a year at the end of each quarter. So we have our portfolio net worth for week 21. We have the current net worth at $328.77. We have a total gain of $18.82. And we have a money weighted return of positive 9.78%. This is based off our initial deposit of $100 and our weekly deposit of $10. We have our portfolio weekly data for week 21. So this is the past 7 days. Going back to November 28th, we have a gain of $9.36 with a money-weighted return of positive 3.06%. So that's our performance over the past 7 days. Then we have our monthly data. So this is the past 30 days, going back to November 5th. We have a loss of $20.18. And we have a money-weighted return of negative 6.34%. So that's our performance for the past 30 days. We have our quarterly data for week 21. So this is the past 90 days, going back to September 5th. We have a gain of $8.18. And we have a money-weighted return of positive 3.33%. And of course, we have our all-time data for week 21. This is since inceptions, which was July 11th, 2025 of this year. We have a gain of $18.82 and a money weighted return of positive 9.78%. Then we have our weekly percentages for week 21. So you can see all our assets. We have our ARK ETF at 20%. And then we have 10 individual stocks, each at 8%. So 80% of the portfolio is in 10 different stocks and 20% is in one ETF. So those are the weekly percentages for the past 7 days. Our biggest gainer is Rocket Lab, up 17.98% in a week. And our biggest loser is Village Farms, down 15.40%. You can pause the video and look at the numbers. Next, we have our monthly percentages for week 21. So this is the past 30 days. We have our biggest gainer being Rivian, up 16.40%. And we have our biggest loser, which is SMR, down 34.08%. Again, you can pause the video if you want to see the numbers. Then we have our quarterly percentages for week 21. So this is the past 90 days. Our biggest gainer is Rivian, up 33.39%. And our biggest loser is SMR, down 39.11%. So again, pause the video as needed. Then we have our all-time percentages for week 21. So this goes back to July 11th, 2025, when we started the portfolio. Our biggest gainer, still Village Farms, up 163.08%. And our biggest loser is SMR, down 48.41%. And then we had a portfolio transaction. So we have our $10 every week, and once that gets deposited into the cash account, when the cash account exceeds $25, it gets invested into the portfolio. So it got up to $30 and invested it. So we bought 9 assets. We bought ARK. It was a $30 deposit. So ARK, we bought $2.77. Stratasys, we bought $2.08. AeroVironment, we bought $4.57. Coinbase, we bought $3.21. Consolidated Water, we bought $1.95. CRISPR, we bought $1.27. NewScale, we bought $7.42. Rocket Lab, we bought $4.79. And Palantir, we bought $1.88. And this was on December 3rd. It was our transaction. Again, it's every week on a Wednesday, just because. So, those are our weekly numbers. Now we get into our charts. So we have our ARK ETF coming down with just this arrow. So now it's bouncing back pretty good. So we kind of hit this bottom in November 21st. And then we just started having a reversal. So, we see our trend go since post tariff announcement, up, sideways, and now we're coming down. But then we're starting to bounce back, but we're still low from this previous high. And SMR, you see a big sell-off, but then starting to round out a little bit. So you had the big run up, and then down, run up, and then it came around where the previous highs were, and then it came down. So now we're starting to kind of scoop up a little bit. I don't know if it's going to continue up or not. We're going to see. But there's a bit of a turnaround. So finally, after this long sell-off, it's turned around a little bit. Consolidated Water, really big run up, and then it's been kind of selling off since November 11th. So it's been coming down. So it looks like at the moment it's kind of going sideways right here. Village Farm, our best performer, just been up and to the right, kind of selling off a little bit. Not doing much though, but we'll see what happens. It hasn't even done much different from this previous low right here back in November 21st. We'll see what happens. Coinbase, had a big run up, came down, sold, came back up, but this is a lower high from back here. So this is July 17th or I should say July 21st was like the high, and then this high came in October 10th, we'll say, but it was not higher than the previous all-time or the previous high. So now it's been coming down, but then we hit this bottom around November 21st, and now it's starting to reverse. So we're just watching the trend. Then we have Stratasys, which came well below this trend line, this bottoming trend line, but then now it's popped back up above it. See, it's kind of gone sideways, kind of going far back, but see how the trend changes. So now it's kind of same thing, kind of bottomed around November 21st, and then started a reversal. Rivian's really been pumping now. Look at this pump right here from November 21st. Again, a lot happened on November 21st. There's been a reversal clearly. Now it's been running up. So at the moment, it's above this kind of trend line. Palantir had a really long run up. Again, bottom in November 21. So all happening around the same time. Very interestingly. And now it started to pivot, started to reverse. So now it's coming up. Still below its this high though on November 3rd. So we'll see if it recovers that. CRISPR, same thing. Where's it at? Yep, November 21st, kind of the bottom. They start reversing. Up, down, up, down. AeroVironment, same thing. Actually, no. Did not bottom November 21st, interesting enough. Kind of bottomed a little later in the beginning of December. Now starting to turn around. And then Rocket Lab, there you go, November 21st, same thing, bottomed. They're starting to turn around. So I don't know what happened in November 21st, but a lot of things were coming down, and they're starting to have a bit of a reversal. It's like the week before Thanksgiving. Some stuff happened. All right. So now let's check out some fundamental analysis. Let's look at the news. So here we are with our ARK ETF news. So December 5th, ARK Innovation ETF holdings showed mixed daily performance with notable gains in Roku and Baidu, while declines were seen in SLM Corp and Beam Therapeutics, as reported in investor tracking updates. Options flow for ARK indicated bullish sentiment, interpreted by traders as a proxy trade benefiting from potential interest rate adjustments. Technical analysts observed ARK attempting to complete a reversal base after a retest with support noted above $79. Just show me this. I said, don't show me analyst. or I guess in analyst ratings. I guess I gotta be more specific. See, discussions among investors highlighted ARK's historical outperformance during market melt-up phases, with comparisons to a strong return from April through October 2025. Traders noted unusual options activity involving ARK in the past 7-14 days. Don't care. Social media buzz. Recall the excitement of ARK's new holdings. Announcements. Don't care. Key ARK holding Tesla announced the start of Cybertruck deliveries in South Korea, marking its first major expansion outside North America. It's interesting. Tesla, a top ARK position, received full self-driving FSD testing approval in Spain for 19 autonomous vehicles on public roads, advancing European regulatory progress. ARK's energy exposure via Tesla has highlighted with the deployment of 50 megawatt and 104 megawatt Megapack system for a 30 million battery storage project in Sapporo, Japan. ARK holders reported strong daily gains in SLM, Beam Therapeutics, and Archer Aviation, contributing to overall ETF momentum. Investor sentiment, blah blah blah. Okay. Some kind of BS stuff. All right. NuScale, SMR. December 4th, the U.S. Department of Energy announced a new federal funding initiatives aimed at advancing small modular reactor technologies, positioning NuScale Power as a key player in the nuclear renaissance driven by AI data center energy demands. Duke Energy expressed support for the DOE's $400 million investment in SMR development, highlighting potential deployment at its Bellows Creek site in North Carolina, and emphasizing public-private partnerships to enhance grid reliability and carbon-free generation. December 1st, NuScale Power reported elevated operational losses in its latest quarterly update, attributed to ongoing investments in engineering, licensing, and pre-commercial services for projects like RoPower. November 30th, NuScale Power's cash and short-term investments reached $692 million, reflecting a significant increase from the prior quarter and supporting continued advancements in SMR technology for data center applications. Excuse me. All right, Consolidated Water, CWCO. Consolidated Water subsidiary Kaleiloa DeSalco LLC, interesting, achieved a major milestone on its $204 million seawater desalination plant project in Hawaii, with the Honolulu Board of Water Supply approving pilot test reports confirming compatibility of desalinated water with existing infrastructure. The company was awarded an $11.7 million contract to design and build a 200,000 gallon per day wastewater recycling plant for a San Francisco Bay Area golf club, utilizing membrane bioreactor technology for irrigation grade recycling water. I gotta get that golf club. Help out that golf club. Reported Q3 2025 revenue of $35.1 million, marking a 5% increase year over year, alongside net income from continuing operations of $5.6 million, or 0.34 per diluted share, 0.34 cents. Recorded a 7% increase in retail water sales in Grand Cayman as part of its operational highlights for the quarter. Okay. Village Farms, ticker symbol VFF. December 5th, investor Alan Brockstein highlights Village Farms International as overvalued despite a recent weekly drop exceeding 15%, citing risks in its cannabis operations and lack of forward guidance. Bull Moose Investing identifies a potential buying opportunity in VFF, noting its position near the lower end of an uptrend channel established since August earnings, with emphasis on profitability and European growth catalysts. Oh my God, Coinbase, ticker symbol coin. Partnership with major U.S. banks for stablecoin and crypto pilots. On December 3rd, Coinbase announced collaborations with large institutions like JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Citigroup to test stablecoin payment, custody solutions, and blockchain-based trading infrastructure, aiming for 24/7 digital asset access across global networks. CEO Brian Armstrong's statement on bank adoption. During the announcement, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong emphasized that banks embracing crypto innovations would thrive, while those resisting could be left behind in the evolving financial landscape. Technical issues with Polygon network transactions. On December 3rd, Coinbase reported disruptions for some users sending or receiving assets on the Polygon network, assuring that all funds remain safe and unaffected. Expansion of 24/7 futures trading. Effective December 5th, Coinbase Derivatives launched round-the-clock trading for futures contracts on several altcoins, including SHIB, Doge, AVAX, BCH, ADA, Link, HBAR, LTC, DOT, XLM, and SUI, building on existing markets for BTC, SOL, and XRP. Interesting. Announcement of Q3 2025 financial results release. Coinbase confirmed it will publish its third quarter 2025 shareholder letter and financial results on October 30th, 2025, which has already passed. After market close on its investor relations website, GEICO announces backing from Coinbase. Say GEICO. I don't know. Revealed strategic investments from Coinbase Ventures and partnerships with Coinbase to integrate GEICO's U.S. Treasury bill-based settlement network for real-time crypto payments and storage. That's interesting. Treasury bill. Galaxy integration with Coinbase Prime on October 29, 2025. Galaxy Digital announced its staking infrastructure integration with Coinbase Prime, allowing institutional clients to access high-performance staking paired with Coinbase's custody services. Okay. Stratasys, ticker symbol SSYS. December 1st, 2025, Stratasys announced the full commercial availability of its Radio Matrix Radio Pack 3D printing material in the United States, enabling broader access for healthcare providers, device manufacturers, and research institutions to create patient-specific models for CT imaging, training, and device testing. December 1st, Prism Market View highlighted Stratasys' expansion of U.S. access to Radio Matrix, emphasizing its role as the first 3D printing material with turnable radiopacity, offering an ethical alternative to cadavers for medical applications. What the hell? Okay. Greenstock News reported on Stratasys Radio Matrix launch in the U.S. Wow, there's a lot of news on this, noting its potential in clean tech and 3D printing of healthcare innovation. CH Trader shared details of Stratasys' announcement of full commercial availability of Radio Matrix. Oh God, 3D printing. So everybody's talking about that. I don't even know what that is. Everyone's talking about it. Rivian, took symbol RIVN. Rivian announced it will host its first Autonomy Day event on December 11, 2025, focusing on software advancements, AI, and real-world hands-free driving capabilities for its vehicles. Rivian updated its full year 2025 delivery guidance to 41,500 to 43,500 vehicles, narrowing the range from the prior estimate of 40,000 to 46,000 units. It's probably better if they get more precise. Rivian confirmed the upcoming launch of its R2 model in the first half of 2026 as part of its joint venture with Volkswagen, leveraging next-generation electrical architecture and software. Rivian spun out a new AI company called Mind Robotics in late November 2025, with limited public details available at the time. Rivian restructured the compensation package for CEO RJ Scaringe, potentially worth up to $4.6 billion for the next decade, as approved by the board. Rivian introduced the R1S Quad Miami Edition, a limited run vehicle with only 10 units produced, unveiled at the opening of its new Brickell Rivian Space in South Florida. Rivian officially launched a new limited edition color called Borealis for its vehicles, following sightings of a purple R1S prototype earlier in the year. Rivian released a new truck bed organizer accessory. Let me read this again. Rivian released a new truck bed organizer accessory designed specifically for the R1T, featuring ripstop mesh, adjustable straps, and carabiners for secure cargo management. I like that. Got to organize your truck. Charles Schwab Investment Management Inc. disclosed an increase in its holding of Rivian shares by 15.8% during the second quarter of 2025. That's cute. Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR. December 5th, article published predicting another AI stock will surpass Palantir's market value by 2026, highlighting historical parallels to the dot-com bubble's valuation expansions. December 2nd, Palantir shares rose amid broader market momentum tied to expectations of a December interest rate cut, building on positive comments from Wedbush analyst Dan Ives, urging investors to increase their positions. Discussion on recent Palantir stock movement, noting its recovery from November lows as part of ongoing AI sector trends. November 28th, Palantir experienced its worst monthly performance in 2 years amid a broader AI stock sell-off influenced by valuation concerns and a disclosed short position by investor Michael Burry. Didn't Michael Burry close down his fund? I believe. CRISPR, ticker symbol CRSP. Sorry. December 1st, CRISPR Therapeutics experiences takeover speculation in the market, leading to discussions among investors about potential acquisition interest. I don't like that. December 4th, Legal and General Group PLC significantly increases its stake in CRISPR Therapeutics by 59.7% during the second quarter, as disclosed in recent SEC filings. December 4th, CRISPR Therapeutics gains visibility in NASDAQ index biotech momentum coverage, highlighting its role in gene editing advancements and institutional investor activity. December 5th, investor sentiment around CRISPR Therapeutics shows signs of souring due to ongoing intellectual property disputes related to CRISPR-Cas9 technologies. Interesting. AeroVironment, ticker symbol AVAP. December 9th, well, we're in the future. December 6th, December 9th, 2025, Q2 fiscal 2026 earnings announcement. AeroVironment will release its second quarter fiscal 2026 financial results for the period ending November 1st, 2025 after market close, followed by a conference call and live audio webcast at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, led by Chairman, President, and CEO Wahid Nawabi and Executive VP and CFO Kevin P. McDonnell. December 5th, appointment of new security chief. AeroVironment appointed Melancy Harris, a former defense official, as vice president and chief security officer, bringing her extensive experience and strategic vision and integrity to the organization, as stated by CEO Wahid Nawabi. December 3rd, 2025, participation in Goldman Sachs conference. AeroVironment's chairman, president, and CEO Wahid Nawabi, along with executive VP and CFO Kevin McDonnell, participated in a fireside chat at the Goldman Sachs Industrials and Materials Conference in New York at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, with the session available via live webcast and archived on the company's website. December 2nd, expansion of AV Halo software platform. AeroVironment announced enhancements to its AV Halo unified mission software platform, introducing AV Halo Cortex for AI-driven intelligence fusion, OSINT integration, autonomous analysis, and GPT-powered insights, as well as AV Halo Mentor for immersive VR/AR training, supporting systems like Stinger and Javelin. Those are interesting ones, VR and AR training. Last but not least, Rocket Lab, ticker symbol RKLB. December 4th, Rocket Lab completed back-to-back HASTE missions for defense programs, enhancing its national security market exposure through expanded defense initiatives. Woohoo! December 5th, Rocket Lab's 2 Explorer-class spacecraft, built for NASA and UC Berkeley's Space Sciences Laboratory, successfully launched for the ESCAPADE mission to study Mars' magnetosphere, making deeper involvement in deep space research. November 24th, that's old. I already said that. Yeah, I've already gone through those. I don't know why. I don't know why it brings up old stuff like that sometimes. Okay. Anyway, so that is our sword portfolio update. So again, this is our ancillary portfolio. It's an offensive strategy focused on long-term and high growth potential, aggressive volatility and risk, focused sector investments, targeted stock opportunities, streamlined management. And again, at the end of December, we'll do a rebalance. At the end of each quarter, 4 quarters in a year, we do a rebalance. That's why it's streamlined. It's just a simple system. But anyway, that is our update for our sword portfolio. So as always, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or criticisms, let me know, and have a good day.